I know that they've identified, I think I was told, something like 1,200 locations where there's seawall issues.
The pull of Ian's winds and nonstop rain caused seawall failures all over southwest Florida. Seawall repairs are costly in the first place, and that adds up when you consider finding a place to store your boat during the repairs.
NBC2's Samantha Serban is reporting locally in Punta Gorda Isles, where they put together a program to alleviate some of that stress.
We bought this boat 3.5 years ago.
John Welsh moved to Punta Gorda because of the boating scene nearly a decade ago, knowing hurricanes like Ian could wreck his dock and force seawalls into the water.
I've got a piling that's out on my dock, and I will have to move my boat in order for them to get in here to put the pilings back in.
Finding a place to store that boat
I've been here 26 years.
Is exactly the dilemma that brought now Mayor Lynn Matthews and Welsh together.
You can see the mast leaning over.
After Hurricane Irma back in 2017.
And thus the dock match was born.
The dock match program, yeah.
It's a way for people who didn't have seawalls fail or docks destroyed to give their neighbors a safe place to store their boat while repairs were happening at their home.
I think we had 75 or 100 docks that people volunteered to let people use. Most of them were complimentary.
Now, the program is coming back again as Ian cracked concrete all around PGI.
The water all went out of the canals in advance of the storm, and so there's negative pressure on one side of the seawall, and then the property gives way from the weight of the rain and everything on the other side, and that's how the seawall panels literally slide into the water.
You can see caution tape and red flags marking properties the city's identified as damaged.
Do you have any idea of how much damage you're looking at this time?
We don't yet. We've had staff walking literally every single seawall dock in the area to assess where everybody's properties are at, and taking photos and putting a whole list together and prioritizing.
The city of Punta Gorda is the only municipality locally to own seawalls and canals, meaning homeowners won't have to cough up the cash to fix this.
The city is the second in the country as far as ownership of seawalls, second only to the U.S. Navy.
But for our folks living in Cape Coral,
it's the homeowner's responsibility to maintain the seawalls. You get a combined total, in some cases, $60,000 to $100,000.
Jimmy Williamson is a fourth-generation marine construction contractor. He says seawalls are being put in faster than they're being made right now.
We've had 35 calls this week for failed seawalls from the storm.
He brought us to this construction site in Southwest Cape to give an idea of what it takes to put these things back together. Workers in the water, others directing heavy machinery to load the massive slabs into place, something there's a good chance they could be doing in Punta Gorda soon.
It's a very engineering intense process.
Welsh got lucky with only a little bit of dock damage. He won't have to move his boat for as long compared to if this had been his seawall.
So I guess we're going to find out who wants to help their neighbor.
Mayor Matthews says they are still finalizing information about seawall problems in Punta Gorda, but are hoping to have movers and shakers on the ground soon. Reporting from Punta Gorda Isles, I'm Samantha Serban, NBC2.